From reality TV star to billionaire businesswoman, Kim Kardashian's name has become synonymous with transformation, not just personal, but cultural. And now, in her own words, she's revealing how fashion became the language through which she found her identity, her power, and, after a very public heartbreak, her confidence again. This is the story of how Kim Kardashian turned fashion into both armor and empire. When Kim first appeared on the scene in the early 2000s, her style was everything the decade loved. Tight bandage dresses, glitzy belts, sky-high heels. Her look screamed maximalism, but behind those bold silhouettes was a woman still figuring out her place in the spotlight. Fast forward 20 years, and Kim Kardashian has not only redefined herself, she's redefined what it means to be a modern fashion icon. And in her latest Vogue France interview, the 44-year-old star looks back on the moments that shaped her journey, the designers who believed in her before the world did, and how building her billion-dollar brand, Skims, gave her back a confidence she once thought she'd lost. Kim admits that one era stands out more than any other, her Balmain period. It was the time, she says, when she truly learned fashion. Under the creative vision of Olivier Rousteing, Kim became a walking embodiment of Balmain's structured femininity, sharp shoulders, cinched waists, and unapologetic glamour. The Balmain Barbie era wasn't just about glitz. It was about discovering craftsmanship, about realizing fashion was an art form. Those years in Paris, in Olivier's atelier, taught her how much clothing could communicate strength and sophistication. It's fitting that one of her most unforgettable red carpet looks, the futuristic silver gown she wore to the 2016 Met Gala, came from Balmain, a moment she jokingly described as a blingy, sexy robot. But every fashion icon has that one collaborator who changes everything. For Kim, that person was Riccardo Tisci, then the creative director of Givenchy. At a time when the fashion elite still turned their noses up at reality TV stars, Riccardo saw something in her that others didn't. He believed she could transcend pop culture and become a style icon in her own right. His decision to work with her drew criticism. "I got killed for it," he admitted, but he didn't care. He saw her potential. And he was right. It was Riccardo who designed the lace wedding gown she wore when she married Kanye West in 2014, a dress that remains one of the most memorable bridal looks of the decade. It was also Riccardo who gave her that unforgettable floral Givenchy dress for the 2013 Met Gala, the one that the internet turned into a meme, but which, in hindsight, became a defining fashion moment. Kim was heavily pregnant with her daughter North, and Riccardo told her, "What do you give a woman who's pregnant? You send her flowers." The symbolism wasn't lost on her. That dress, that moment, it cemented her as more than a reality star. She was now a conversation piece in the fashion world, and yet, as much as her style was shaped by her collaborations, it was also shaped by her relationships, especially her marriage to Kanye West. When they began dating, Kanye famously took over her wardrobe, tossing out hundreds of pieces and starting from scratch. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim even cried as her husband's team cleaned out her closet, leaving her with just 2 pairs of shoes. Kanye's vision pushed her toward a more minimalist, high-fashion aesthetic, neutral tones, tailored cuts, experimental silhouettes. It was a turning point that made her a fixture at Fashion Week, and a muse for brands like Balmain and Givenchy. But when her marriage ended in 2021, Kim faced a new challenge, finding her style without Kanye's influence. For the first time in years, she had to ask herself what she liked, not what someone else wanted her to wear. On The Kardashians, she confessed that she struggled with self-doubt. Kanye would come in and say, "You should do your hair like this, your makeup like that." That was his love language, clothes. I always trusted him, but suddenly she was on her own. And that's when Balenciaga, and its creative director, Demna, entered the picture. Demna didn't just help Kim evolve her wardrobe, he helped her rebuild her confidence. "He doesn't care about what other people think," Kim told Vogue France. "So I learned to do the same." She embraced simplicity, learned that fashion didn't have to be flashy to be powerful. Her partnership with Balenciaga brought some of her most talked about looks, including the faceless black gown she wore to the 2021 Met Gala, a moment of mystery and empowerment that perfectly captured where she was in her life. Reclaiming her narrative, one silhouette at a time, and out of all those lessons, one monumental creation emerged, Skims. Founded in 2019, Skims was Kim's answer to what she felt was missing in the fashion and shapewear world: inclusivity, comfort, and authenticity. The brand launched to immediate success, selling millions of products in its first year. But beyond numbers, Skims represented something deeply personal. Kim taking everything she'd learned from years of being styled, critiqued and reimagined, and finally channeling it into her own vision. She describes Skims as a crash course in business and self-belief. "Starting this company has taught me about everything: supply chains, Distribution, manufacturing. From the beginning, I had a clear vision of what I wanted, and my team trusted me. That clarity has paid off. Skims evolved from shapewear into a lifestyle empire, expanding into swimwear, loungewear, and even menswear. The brand's inclusive ethos, offering sizes for all body types and featuring diverse models, reshaped the conversation around beauty and body image, and she's still innovating. In October 2023, Skims launched its men's line, responding to a surge of male fans. Then, just recently, she unveiled Nike Skims, a collaboration bridging athletic wear and everyday luxury. The first drop goes on sale this month, and if history is any guide, it's going to sell out within hours. Looking back, Kim's journey reads like a masterclass in reinvention. From being styled by others to becoming her own creative director, she's evolved from muse to mogul. Every designer she's worked with, from Olivier Rousteing to Riccardo Tisci to Demna, played a part in her evolution. But today, Kim Kardashian stands on her own. Her confidence no longer depends on a partner, a label, or public approval. It comes from within, and from the empire she built with her own name. In her Vogue France interview, Kim summed it up best. You can find a good designer, but it's worthless if they don't really get you. Maybe that's the real story here. A woman learning to understand herself. Through every stitch, every silhouette, every bold reinvention. Kim Kardashian has gone from being dressed by the industry to defining it. Her journey isn't just about fashion. It's about resilience, self-discovery, and the power of owning your story. And as she steps into this new chapter, one thing's certain: the world is still watching. And she's just getting started. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Kim Kardashian's fashion evolution and rise to empire status, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's plenty more where this came from. Stories about the icons who shape pop culture, redefine beauty, and change the way we see the world, one outfit at a time.